Hey folks, Dan Frio here, the Mortgage Update, and today is August 4th, 2020. Hate to say it, but I was right, unfortunately, on the stock market and the bond markets with mortgage rates. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. If you go back, and you can do this, go back to Wednesday's video. As I said, I'm expecting at least a 5% pullback. I didn't think it was going to happen in a day or two, but everything kind of aligned right now with what's going on. And one of the biggest things right now was I knew there was going to be some profit taking and people pulling money off the table. That's what they should have done. Everything is saying the market is overpriced. Going into a holiday weekend, that also there's minimal trading today because there's a lot of people out, so that you continue the downward spiral of stocks. You can see the stock market second day 500. The NASDAQ is down 5%. And we continue that decline today. We have the Dow Jones down 1.72%, 480 points. We were down another 480 or 500 points yesterday. So that brings us, or 800 points yesterday. So that brings the Dow down to now a 5% drop. The NASDAQ had a 5% drop yesterday, and now we're another 2.7, so we're about 7%. This is the correction that I kind of forewarned was coming. Here's what's going on with the bond market. Now you're having everybody and their mother now going in. I say that a lot, don't I? Everybody going in and dumping or taking profits. I guess that's the best way to put it. You're going to see the Fed probably step in and curtail this drop. But remember yesterday or in the last few days, I've been coming back saying, in a normal market, we should be trading, and I put it right in this range here, right in here. That's where we're hitting. We're hitting between the 25 and 50-day moving average. Okay, so let me scroll back a second for the newbies. What is this number here? Why do we care? What's this represent? This represents what's happening with the price of mortgage-backed, I won't say mortgage-backed securities, because that sounds like more of a stock, the mortgage-backed bond offering. So what happens is when a mortgage is produced, it goes in and lumped in with 100 million of other mortgages and sold off as an investment. That investment is called mortgage-backed securities. And this represents what's happening with the price of that bond. And I do this all the time, and hopefully it's starting to stick. Red is bad. Red means rates are going up. Green is good. Green means rates are coming down. So what does this represent? Again, it's the price, what's happening to the price of the bond. So as you pay less for a bond, you're getting a higher rate of return, a higher interest rate, thus a higher mortgage rate. So we like when people are paying more for the bonds, and we've had this correction today, and this is a pretty swift, fast one. Again, I'm saying this is happening for the individual investors out there. They're taking some profits off the table, especially for a long weekend. In today's world, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So now you're walking into a 3-4 day weekend, and people are just like, I'm going to take money off the table, take some profits, move aside, and go away for the weekend and not worry about it. So I'm expecting Tuesday, Wednesday, markets will be closed on Monday. So Tuesday, we should start to stabilize depending on what news comes out. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we should pretty much start coming back into range. And I don't see, a bloodbath continuing in the bond market or the stock market. Why? Well, let's go through some of the numbers that came out today that were enticing. The jobs report came out, and it exceeded expectations. Let me see if I can find the calendar here. Non-farmer payroll. The consensus was for 1.4 million people to get jobs. 1.3 million people got jobs. That was fantastic. That was actually more than expected. I don't know why this is saying the consensus vote was 1.4. We came in at 1.3. All the research I did, people were expecting about 880,000 new jobs, and we did 1.3 million. So that was good news. Now, some other news. Here's when we talk about inflation. This is one of the big things that does affect the bond market. The consensus says average hourly earnings was supposed to be flat. We were up 0.4. That's a little bit inflationary. But let's look at our weekly report. And here's why I look at the weekly versus the hourly. Let's say, for example, your hourly earnings went up, but your hours got cut. That means your weekly earnings were the same. Let's see what this one did. Right in line. So that is good news. So that's all in line. Let's see the unemployment rate. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on this. Consensus was 9.8. We're actually at 8.4. There's a lot of missed numbers in this number. The real number is in the realm. If you watch economists and other people, they're going to come out and say the real number is about a 10 or 11%. I'm saying it's about 11 to 15%. One of the biggest job producers in these numbers that we just went through is census workers. There were over 230,000 people employed just as census workers. I never in my wildest dreams thought there was that many people that do census work, but there is. All right, so the next thing is, we just discussed that. What I wanted to talk about is the jobs report, the stock market, and inflation, and we covered all that. Stocks, profit-taking holiday weekend, inflation. We went through the weekly hourly report. So that's all in check, but you can see here again, let's refresh this thing. We're down 485. Let me refresh it real quick and see if there's any big change there. 396. So we're picking up a little bit there, but you're seeing the stock market drop. That is it for today. I'm not locking anybody here. I'm still thinking we're going to stabilize right in this area here. I pretty much called that. We have everybody locked in through this. There's really nobody we're floating, because I'm now expecting us to hold steady here and maybe come back to these levels by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. That is it. I got inundated today with people sending me what they call the loan estimates. Here's what I asked people to do. And today I got 14 of them already. If you're in the process of looking for a mortgage, you get what's called a loan estimate or a fee worksheet. I ask people to send me, if you're in the process now, send it to me, email me, and I'm going to give you all that information here in a second. What I'm going to do is I will scribble all over your quote and send it back to you. And I'll do it in red, and I'll say, here's where they are, here's where I am. And we compare the two. Honestly, I look at this as you're looking for money, try to find it as cheap as you can, but be careful where you're going, because there's a lot of people that just bait and switch you, and that drives me nuts, because many times, I said this quote one time, and it got picked up actually on Yahoo Finance and MSNBC News. And I said, here's how I compare this to. I'm driving down the street and I go past a gas station and I was like, oh, you're kidding me. That gas price is 50 cents a gallon. How in the world can they sell gas at 50 cents a gallon? Everybody else has it at $2.30. Well, then you pull in and you find out you got to buy 2 pizzas, 2 cases of beer, a carton of cigarettes, and a car wash. Okay, I get it now. But when I pulled in, I never knew. I thought it was just 50 cents a gallon. Too good to be true. Look into it. So what I ask you to do is, if you're in the mortgage process right now, you have a loan estimate or fee sheet, send it to me, and I'll write through and tell you what I can do. And I compare apples to apples. Here's what I mean. If your rate is here, and I said this yesterday, and I think it makes sense, your rate's here and your fees are here. When I come back and say, I can get you a better rate, I'm not saying, well, I'm going to drop your rate down, but jack your fees up to the moon. I wouldn't do that. I'm trying to compare apples to apples the best I can. So I might say, okay, here's your rate, here's your fees. I can get you this rate, and you still have this fees. Or I can get you this rate, the same rate, and lower fees. Many times, I'm getting you lower rate, lower fees. but I'll never go back to you and really, kind of bait and switch you and say, okay, I beat the rate. But then to find out I'm charging you $3,000 or $4,000 more. I won't do that, I promise you. So here's the best way to send this information to me. Just go to my website. It's therateupdate.com, therateupdate.com. And you can do a couple ways to get a hold of me. To reach me personally, just call 844-775-LOAN. That's 844-775-5626. Or my name is Dan Frio. You can email me at D for Dan, Frio, which is Frio, at preferredrate.com. And all I need you to do is send me that loan estimate or fee sheet. I'll get right back to you probably within a half hour or an hour. If it's this weekend or a weekend or an evening, give me till the following morning to reply. I promise you I will reply. And that's the best way to do it. If you're in the process right now and you're saying, hey, I want to buy a house and I want to get pre-qualified, just click the home purchase qualifier. If you're just starting and you want to say, hey, Dan, I want to work with you and I want to get a refinance, just click the refinance rate checker. And what I'll probably do is I'll start the file in the system. I'll give you a call, not a hard sale. Basically, I'm just going to call you, pick your brain and say, what are you looking to do? Let's go through some things. Maybe I can put you into a different program that might be beneficial to you. We might get you out of a program that you can avoid PMI. There's a whole slew of things that we can do. So that's what we're looking to do. Hope you like the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. We're about 300 short, and we'll get there. With your help, I'll get there even quicker. So you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit the bell. If you see a video topic that you're interested in and you want to find out more, watch the video. If it's a video you really don't care about, don't watch it. So that's all I got to say. So God bless. Take care. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the 3-day weekend, 4-day weekend, whatever you're taking. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.